Welcome back to our series of 10 triggers for a fear-based mindset or emotional reaction. Trigger number 10, loss of control. Life is full of uncertainties, and it's only natural to feel uneasy when we sense a loss of control. But what are some emotions that we can be aware of that could signify that feeling of losing control? Anxiety, agitation, worried about the potential outcomes, anger or frustration when things don't go as planned, fear of the uncertainty or unpredictability, stress, not knowing what to expect, and distrust. People may become skeptical of others' intentions or motives. Where is this going? So how do we even know that somebody might be experiencing a sense of loss of control? We talked about the emotions, but what about the behaviors? What do we see that could be clues? Well, some typical behaviors that might show up for someone feeling a fear of a loss of control: micromanaging, excessive control over details or processes, with a reluctance to delegate authority to others; rigidity, insist on sticking to a plan even when it's not practical; perfectionism, trying to achieve the perfect outcome so that they can work on keeping control; avoidance or isolation. Some may actually withdraw from a situation to avoid potential disruptions in their control, keeping it all to themselves. And then a resistance to change or compromise, openly opposing new ideas or changes to the status quo. So what do we do when we face these emotions and see these behaviors? Well, particularly as a mediator, advocator, leader, it's important that we first acknowledge their feelings and establish a level of trust. Validate them that fear and uncertainty are typical reactions when we don't know what's going to happen. Acknowledging where they're coming from is huge in building that foundation of trust. Another one, gradually expose them to some of the uncertainty. Establish what do we know and what needs to be determined, and then break it down, chunk it down, so it becomes easier for people to actually embrace what's happening. The adjunct to that is to provide information, offering clear, accurate information with resources so that they can better identify the situation and the options available, and empower them wherever possible so that they still have some sense of control. But also set clear boundaries, particularly if we're dealing with timeframes that need to be met. And work together in collaborative problem solving. Offer some support and reassurance. Help them feel that they're not alone in this process. So help people focus on what they can control in the present moment, accept the things that are beyond that person's control, instead of dwelling on what you can't change. Focus on the opportunities that lie ahead. Life is a roller coaster of emotions, and these triggers can invoke fear-based reactions. But by being aware of them, we as professionals working with individuals who fear that loss of control can help them navigate through uncertain situations with success. We can help transform that fear into growth and resilience. Practicing mindfulness for self and others help ground us in where we need to go. Thank you again for listening to our series of 10 triggers to a fear-based mindset. Hope you have gained a great deal of insight and tips on how to redirect.